Hi, welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to make you a pasta dish. I'm going to start with garlic that I'm going to pound and mince into tiny little bits. This is how I usually do it, just smash it into the garlic. When you have taken off all the skin of the garlic, then you can start chopping them. All these will become part of the sauce by the time we are done with them. So there's plenty of garlic. The next thing we'll do is chop the onions, which is also done the same way. You don't really even need to add onions because you have so much garlic, but I like to add just a little bit just for the flavor. We'll just remove the skin. Okay. So you just kind of roughly chop it up. We're going to chop up the mushrooms. Not really chopped, but more like sliced. So you just take each mushroom and just cut them really thinly sliced like this. Okay, we are done. And mushroom aside. We're going to cook the pasta now. First of all, we light up our pan. We add quite a fair amount of olive oil to it because the mushroom is going to absorb a lot of this oil. And to this olive oil, we will add some butter before the oil gets too hot. Okay, let the butter melt slowly into it. And once you have added in your butter, you need to bring down your flame. Okay. So this is the butter that melts slowly. Okay. And to this, before it gets really hot, you can add your shallots or onions. In this case, I have red onions. We add onions first because if you add together with the garlic will burn. So we let the onions cook a little bit until they become transparent. Okay, the trick here is not to fry the onions, but to just let them soften. Because unlike Chinese cooking where we usually fry the onions until they become crispy, Western cooking usually just soften it to let them wilt. And you can see the onions coming on nicely. And at this point you can already add the garlic. You can actually smell the onions already. The onions cooking in olive oil is just something out of this world. Okay. You see how much oil we had added earlier, and already there's not much left. Okay. While we're cooking this, we can actually get the water boiling for the pasta. I use quite a bit of salt in my boiling water because I want the pasta to have a lot of flavor. So in the pot, I put in about 3 liters of water, and I have probably about 3 tablespoons of salt, and that should flavor the water quite nicely. And by this time, it's actually time to add in the mushroom to the garlic. Okay, this was a mushroom that we cut up earlier. We'll just add in. Add it to the garlic, and you can stir and let it start to soften and wilt. And you can see it's absorbing all the garlicky butter and olive oil. Then you can see that all the butter has been absorbed, all the oil has been absorbed. Your pan will get a bit dry like this. At this point, you can either do it the old-fashioned way, which is to add a cup of flour and then let it cook together with all of these, and then add your water. Or you can do it as the simpler method, which is to use a can of cream of chicken soup and just open the can and just dump in the whole can into the mushroom. There, this is your sauce. You can see how thick it is now. You need to add water, so I'm going to get 1 can of water. Just fill it back into the can from which you get your soup, and you just add it in and let this simmer down, and you'll become your pasta sauce. You want to stir it often because you don't want it to burn. You need to reduce this actually to about half of what you see here until it becomes a really thick sauce. Okay. When the sauce is almost ready, it's time to cook your pasta. Just get the dried pasta and get your water boiling. You can see. Nice hot. Each person eats about this much of pasta. So I try to apportion about this much per person. So I think I'll make for about 5 people. So I should get about 5 of those. When you first put them into the water, stir them up for a while until the starch on the outside starts to dissolve into the water. Then they will be able to roll on their own without any more stirring. But at the beginning of your pasta boiling, you will need to stir. Take this. Okay, hot pasta. You can see the sauce has become really thick and gooey like this. Make sure that every part of the noodle gets a bit of sauce, and then as a final touch, get a bit of parsley and chop it up, and you can cut the cherry tomato and add it for color. There you have it, pasta dish.